The game about bears, little ones and huge ones, and some strange mirror forest on top of that. About 1 month ago I saw VOIMA game for the first time. It is kind of a Minecraft alternative in the very beginning of development. It got my attention with something, probably the main thing of the game, bears. At that time, developer promised a demo, and it actually is accessible for limited time, I guess. So if you are interested, you can check out the link in description. So when you launch the demo, there is developer-made map accessible. I like the use of orb to display map inside. I know these kind of orbs are used in game engines to display materials and textures, but why not to use them for player experience? I mean, it looks pretty great. So when the map is started, there is a lot of things happening around already. You see, there is a lot of bears running around the forest, and not only in the size of player, but real giants also. So that is actually something surprising for me. When I hit the bears, seemed like they responded, but I was not attacked in an obvious way in the beginning, but there was some action later, so I will show that a bit later on. Then about objects in map. As you see, there are 2D sprites and are looking pretty good. I like the overall vibe. Colors seem to match ones in nature approximately, and there was that forest vibe for me. Also, I will point out how sunlight are hitting trees, looks really good. Then more about these bears. Even these seem to be maybe controlled by AI. Can wield items. Right now those are only blocks, but will be something else later on. Then some bears have green colored diamond indicators. If I understood correctly, they got tagged like that when I hit them, because afterwards some of them were following me. They were not attacking me, but just followed. And I'll mention how much I like that bear walking animation. Just silly and cool at the same time. So I walked around the map a bit, and there were some of the developer creations. It was interesting to see objects with mirror texture, looks otherworldly. I will actually climb that floating island a bit later. So here are demonstration of item pickup from map. Looks very similar what Minecraft have. So I went to next area where was guns for demonstration, picked up some, and my curiosity overcame me. See those 2 large bears, they were following me all the time, so I tested my guns on them. At one moment, one of them picked up a log minigun, yes, from wood, and other one a shotgun, and that scaled up to their size. All that looked pretty funny. So now they were armed, and I had no choice but to deal with them for my own safety. But from nowhere, 2 little ones started to chase me, so I wanted to deal with one who had a block, and something interesting happens. I guess he tries to hit me, but instead places block, and that repeated many times. The first mirror structures I encountered in close proximity was star-shaped structure. It just looks confusing when look on it. Can be hard to determine margins of that object, at some moments was a really interesting experience for me. And next I wanted to get to that island of Mirror Forest, which was not an easy task actually. Did not build that tower at the right spot and had to build sideways, which was risky. Eventually I get to top and the view was spectacular. Even have no words to fully describe what I was thinking at that moment. Otherworldly, psychedelic vibes. Really confusing to watch, as at some angles those trees can be seen in normal view, or there was normal trees at one spot and then those reflect on other mirror forms and so on. So I had no idea where were the real ones. And there also are not only these orb-shaped monsters, but ones which are partially invisible. Combined with Mirror Forest is a confusing view. So the next problem was how to get off this island without dying. Thanks God I had air fan with me. So I made that big jump and at last moment made the use of it to survive. Now a small demonstration of some building mechanics here. There are scissors tool, and with that player can split blocks in many ways and angles. Here I demonstrate how can make stairs from blocks using scissors tool. Blocks are split in two different ones. Another interesting mechanic are that these slabs can be pushed out of their position, which makes all that tower come down each time. And I, of course, had that urge to stand below, and I got crushed by it. So next I tried to do a bit shoot out the bears. Sorry bears, this was only for scientific purposes. At that time some bears had already taken my guns, and so there was a bit of fun. And as you see, they can actually shoot from the guns they picked up. Some moments was interesting as those who had blocks placed them instead of attack. So I thought I will be imprisoned in those blocks at one moment. And then there are map edit mode. So let's take a look on that. First thing, can place trees in various sizes, and not only pine trees but also many others. So I will place here that half invisible monster I was talking about in that forest of mirrors. Looks like it has one eye and it blends temporarily with surroundings when player moves camera. Also some kind of relief editing tool are here. Can make custom shapes and extrude in various sizes. Can do also sideways. So overall conclusions. It is more of a demonstration of early stages of game. For me, I'm not sure what will be the purpose of game. What can I do in it, etc. There was some very promising things like that forest of mirrors. I can see potentially many uses in probable campaign scenarios. Also that ordinary forest looked really good. I mean the colors and lighting was right. And then those block slab mechanics were interesting. Who knows what surprises the developer will bring in future. So I think it's worth to stick around the VOIMA to see that.